So if you saw my 2022 skincare goals video, you'll know that the goals that I set for myself this year were learning to sleep on my back, improving and being way more consistent about my sunscreen application, as well as not going in and picking at blemishes that may pop up. So I want to share with you how I did this year. So as far as learning to, sleep on my back, I guess I had in my mind that one day I would just do it and it would be done. I learned to sleep on my back, and that did not happen. I basically will fall asleep on my back and then end up like tossing and turning and end up on my side. So even though I'm doing it, it's not 100%. There are a few little tricks that help me with that. One is actually getting one of those neck pillows. And by that, what I like about that is it's actually cradling your head, and it's hard to roll over on your side. So you'd actually have to remove the neck pillow in order to do that. Another thing is maybe my lower body, I might twist to the side, but try to keep my shoulders as well as my head, still facing forward. Another thing that pillow does is it elevates your head. So that's what kind of goes hand in hand with sleeping on your back, is that you're elevated so that all of that drainage is happening, because it's that pooling of everything while you sleep that can, when you wake up and you've got all of this puffiness and stuff like that we're trying to avoid. So I've been doing that. I also have been using my frownies and tape on my forehead. So that really does help as well, because when you sleep on your side, that's what's creating all of those horizontal wrinkles from your forehead all the way down to your chest. So you really want to be able to lie flat, and then you won't get that happening. But I do have to say that when I wear my frownies and I end up falling asleep, tossing, turning, ending up on my side, that really does help keep those wrinkles at bay. So that's kind of what I've been doing this year. And I'm going to continue to just keep up with it. Like I say, I would give myself a C as far as, am I doing some improvement? Yes. Is it perfect? No. So the next goal I had was really trying not to go and pick at blemishes that may pop up. I've always been really bad at going in and taking them out and creating more of a problem than maybe if I would have left it alone. So thankfully this year, I really didn't run into too many issues with blemishes. I know that there were 2 that I can report. And in both cases, I was not really happy with how long it took them to resolve. So you're not supposed to pick at it and it'll go away on its own. But what I noticed is it took a long time for it to resolve. And at a certain point, I think the first one that I got, I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was bothering me. And I did try to do the spot, like my Zap Zit is what I use for spot blemishes. I use that. I even have these little patches that you can put on at night that I didn't see any improvement. It would still be there the next morning. I have heard of other patches that are more effective that I may try because I like the idea of that. But I think that at a certain point when that one came to a head, I ended up going in and taking it out. Then I had another one right here, and that one I really did just let go. And I wished I would have timed it on how long it took it to finally go away. But I think the biggest improvement was the fact that in my skincare routine, I incorporate the exfoliators and both the AHA and BHA. AHA being my glycolic acid toner, and then the BHA being a salicylic acid wash, facial wash. And that's not something that you want to use every day. Like, I think I maybe use the toner, the glycolic toner, which is addressing all of your surface skin. So that's like if you notice flaking or dry skin or whatever, that is taking care of that skin. And so I would use that 2 to 3 times a week max. And then for my salicylic acid wash, that one, it's a cleanser, and I'll just put it all over my face, leave it on for maybe 5 minutes, and then just go ahead and wash my face like normal. But by leaving it on, it's allowing, with the salicylic acid, what that does is it goes deep into your pores and helps with cleaning out the oil and dirt and all of that. So by doing that, I do that once a week, and then I will also do a clay mask. And that really has seemed to help keep my skin exfoliated. Now, there's different things that can clog your pores. And dirt, like I said, dirt, oil, but you'll even get these sebaceous filaments, and that's just clogging up your pores. And they'll come out if you squeeze them out, but you're not supposed to do that. So you really want to stay doing a consistent exfoliation where it's gently going in and keeping those pores clear. Another thing is, by keeping your pores clear, you're actually minimizing the appearance of your pores. So when they get clogged, they tend to look bigger. And so that's something that it's important to try and keep them as clear as possible. So I think for my 2023 goal when dealing with blemishes is I may try a few different other products, like some patches that you can wear at night that might be a little bit more effective than the ones I have, as well as just continuing with the spot treater, but maintaining my exfoliation routine seems to be what's really, really helped me out a lot this year. And my final goal was improving my sunscreen application. So this one seemed to be a lot easier because once you establish a habit, it just seems to stick. And my thing was, as soon as I get up and get going for the day, I put on my sunscreen, whether I'm leaving the house to go to work, whether I'm going to drive my son to school, or even if I'm just going to stay in the house all day. I think that these last several years, skin protection, sunscreen, all of that has really been pushed up in priority, and the importance of it has really been a very hot topic for a while. Also, the amount you're supposed to use on your face. So I would say, you know, before I would be thinking I was doing good if I had sun protection in my makeup or whatever. Now I'm realizing, no, that's not the case. You really do need to put on a dose for your face and neck, and that is something that takes a little getting used to. But when you do it every single day, you get used to it. And so I do feel very good that I have been applying my sunscreen every day. Another thing that I've been doing is also with whatever skin is exposed, my hands, my arms, my décolleté, everything needs to be covered with sunscreen. And so I have my Eucerin lotion, and that one does have some sun protection in it, and it feels great on the skin. So not only am I using it as my moisturizer, but I'm also getting sun protection as well. So I'll use that. I've really still just stuck with the Australian Gold for my face. And that one comes in, I want to say 3 different tints or colors or whatever. I generally like the lightest one. And that covers, I think, for both light as well as medium skin tones. I tried the medium and it's a little bit too dark for me. So I don't love that one as much. What I've been doing is going in and mixing that up with another sunscreen that I have that has the white cast that I just am not using. So I'll mix that up with my darker sunscreen and put that on, and it really seems to be working well for me. Another thing that I absolutely love about the Australian Gold, I have relatively oily skin. It has been drying out a little bit, but on the most part, I would consider myself still, combination skin, basically. And I don't have a problem with the Australian Gold. I personally love the consistency of it. It is almost a little moussey, and you put it on, and there is enough glow. I mean, I'm not really concerned about glow because I create my own glow naturally. So I'm not looking for something that is glowy, which I think with a lot of sunscreens you run into. This one, I wouldn't call it a matte, but it is a little bit more of that consistency on your face rather than a higher glowing type of sunscreen, which I really, really like. And I also have, especially in the summertime, really enjoyed just wearing my sunscreen as my foundation. It provides enough coverage. By the time I get all of it on, it's set, dried down. I really don't necessarily need to add my foundation. So that's really been a successful routine of mine this year, is applying it every single day and really being comfortable with the products that I have been using, and I would recommend them. I'm always repurchasing them over and over and over again. I am not as experimental with my sunscreens. I think that one thing that I have noticed is sunscreens can be so expensive. And then you get them and they're super like glossy on your skin or oily. And I've just stuck with what really works for me. Australian Gold, I don't think you pay more than $15 for 3 ounces. So it's a really good deal. I get it on Amazon. It's super easy. I ended up having to go with the darker shade just because for whatever reason, the lighter shade was not available. And as soon as it was available, I purchased it. So I have that in the hopper and I'll just kind of keep up with that one. But yeah, those are what's been really working for me. I think the goals that I am going to have for this coming year is just really kind of keeping consistent with my skincare routine. That seems to have really shown that it's working for my skin. A couple other things that I did this year is I did RF micro needling, and I did do a video on that. So if you want to check that out, I go over that experience. I also bought the Omnilux red light therapy mask. And that one, you start, I think, at 5 times a week, and then you can go down to just 3 times a week after a certain period of time. And I really have enjoyed that, and I've really noticed a beautiful improvement in my skin. So even though I am aging, I am noticing things are starting to, do their thing. By adding these added measures, it really does help maybe slow down that process just a little bit. The condition of my skin has really improved. Throughout this year, I think I bumped up my tretinoin twice. And I do use the Curology. I really just love that product. It also comes with a cleanser and a moisturizer that is really super no fuss, very clean, very gentle, and I've really been enjoying that. And so I get those every 2 months, as well as my Curology, which is the tretinoin, azelaic acid, and niacinamide. I haven't mixed up that combination. Again, like I say, you can call and ask them, boost up my tretinoin, they'll boost that up. But I really haven't had a need to switch out the other ingredients in that formulation because they really have been working for me. So I think for 2023, my goal is just going to be stay consistent with the red light therapy, using it about 3 times a week is where I'm at now. Doing all the others, the sun protection, obviously, trying to sleep on my back as much as possible, as well as just really listening to your skin when it feels dry. Back off on things if maybe you're pushing your acids a little bit too much. If I do get a breakout, be patient with it. Like I say, it is frustrating when you see that and you just want it off of your face. But if you're going to end up creating more damage, then that's not a good thing. So try to be patient. Try to incorporate tools that you can use for those occasions, as well as keeping up with just a very consistent skincare routine so you're avoiding them in the first place. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I hope you have a great day.